Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I really appreciate you joining me today, and this story comes from Bradford, and regular viewers of the channel will remember Meggy Khan. He's one of the cases that really made the channel grow back in 2018 when the story broke and he was charged with the murder of Amriz Iqbal. He was convicted in 2019 for this murder, and the Bradford gang boss who killed the dad of three has now had a luxury apartment and a Porsche taken from him with a combined value of £800,000. Mohammed Khan, known as Meggy, is serving a life sentence for hunting down and deliberately killing Amriz Iqbal as he crossed the road back in 2018. Mr Iqbal suffered unsurvivable injuries when his head struck a tree and he was flung for the air in Bradford Moor. Adnan Ahmed was treated for hospital wounds and a dislocated shoulder. He struck Mr Iqbal with a 2.2 tonne silver Kia Sedona. In the passenger seat was his right hand man, Tony Grant, and up to 4 other men were in the back of the vehicle. The National Crime Agency has taken away the apartments in an unexplained wealth order. We first covered this story in relation to Meggy Khan's friend Mansour Hussain. He was the centre of the UK's first unexplained wealth order, and he was a well-connected businessman with a vast empire worth £10 million, and the police said that's what they seized in relation to him not being able to explain where the money come from. Andy Lewis, who is the head of the National Crime Agency's asset denial, said the use of the civil powers allowed us to recover the assets that convicted murderer Meggy Khan had kept. We believe he was the head of an organised crime group that was responsible for drug and violent crime across West Yorkshire. Taking away the proceeds of crime, they said, is a vital tactic used to fight organised crime, and it weakens the criminal's ability to make further money. Sarah Pritchard from the NCA's Economic Centre said recovering illicit wealth is key to disrupting serious and organised crime and reducing the impact that it has on communities. We are determined to stop criminals from profiting from their crime, and this case shows that we will use everything at our disposal to recover illicit wealth. Meggy took significant steps to hide his ownership of the Porsche by registering it in the name of a company owned by his nephew. He had a long criminal history and had appeared in court in a number of high-profile court cases in Leeds and Bradford between the years of 1993 all the way up to 2011. He was convicted of crimes including robbery, possession, firearms and perverting the course of justice, theft, handling stolen goods and assault. Meggy Khan, they said, was the leader of this crime gang. He was sentenced to serve a minimum of 26 years and he's currently in the stage of his first appeal. As I'm sure some people didn't think we'd ever hear from Meggy Khan again, but I don't think that's the case. I think Meggy Khan is far from over, and stories relating to him would definitely be continuing for the foreseeable future. The Proceeds of Crime Act is nothing new, but the unexplained wealth order is definitely something that is. In other proceeds of crime orders that have been occurring recently, a Lancashire crime gang has been convicted of a multi-million pound stolen goods crime network, and they must pay back £280,000 or face further time behind bars. Tommy Hot Dog Smith, as his nickname, and his wife Mary Smith were jailed in 2019 August for their roles in the theft of plant machinery from across the UK. This included in the Carlisle area, Greater Manchester, Leeds and Bradford. Tommy, 42, from Great Harwood, received 6.5 years behind bars for his part in the conspiracy between 2016 and 2018, along with his wife, who got 15 months after conspiracy to handle stolen goods. At the time, prosecutors said the case primarily concerned stolen cars and machinery that went through the hands of Tommy and to a lesser degree his wife, their associates and employees. As part of the operation, police searched industrial units connected to defendants in St Lawrence Mill in the Great Harwood area. A number of items were found inside, later linked to other thefts. And Tommy Smith's crime group was responsible for stealing £125,000 worth of aluminium trackway from Cut Lane in Rishton. The husband and wife duo must now pay back £280,000 after the conclusion of the Proceeds of Crime Act. This is to give the victims, they said, a financial compensation for the thefts against them. The pair appeared on November the 7th at Preston Crown Court, where the judge Simon Newell said Tommy from Meadow Street must repay £55 in 3 months or face a further 18 months in prison. DS Andrew Osbaldon from the East Targeted Crime Command said that the hearing brings to a conclusion a 4-year investigation. He'd like to thank everybody involved, and the criminal activity of this couple was definitely not going to benefit them anymore in the future. And in another recent Proceeds of Crime Act, a gang from the West Midlands has been ordered to pay back more than £1 million after they were linked to 117 thefts across the West Midlands. Mohammed Nadeem Arshad, Arman Samia and Zahir Hussain were jailed in December 2019 for running one of the biggest rackets in the country. They snapped up damaged vehicles from salvage auctions rated as write-offs and fixed them using parts from stolen to order cars. The stolen vehicles taken during burglaries and violent carjackings were dismantled at the chop shop in Birmingham before being patched up and sold on to unsuspecting customers on online sale sites. They were put on the roads without any mechanical or safety checks. The gang were collectively jailed for 23 years, but their investigation didn't end there. Officers from the Economic Crime Unit went through their financial dealings, their bank statements, and assessed the value of the stolen cars so they could prove what had passed through the chop shops. Just before Christmas on the 23rd of December, Nadeem Arshad and Zamia were ordered to pay back £1,100,000 in the Proceeds of Crime Act in an application at Wolverhampton Crown Court. Arshad, aged 42, must pay back £114,000 after he was identified as the owner of the bank accounts that the money was deposited to. Nadeem from Lazals and 30-year-old Zamia from Gladstone in Sparkbrook must also pay back £17,000 and £51,000 both. The court will hear the Proceeds of Crime Act against Zahir Hussain next month, and Detective Inspector Hannah Whitehouse said the group were handling stolen goods on a massive scale, and this was bigger than anything we'd ever seen in the West Midlands. They were providing a very active market for car thieves and causing lots of pain and distress to motorists. So this is just a few stories in relation to how the police will try to get back them proceeds of crime after the cases have been done. I really want to hear what people have to say on all these stories. Please don't forget to follow us online as well at Scarcity Studios. I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Peace.